Hello everyone and welcome to the Iron Warrior Cosplay Death Korps of Krieg chest box tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how to put together your very own chest box for your Death Korps cosplay. Originally I didn't think this was necessary, but the amount of people who have asked me if I could do a pattern and a tutorial for it, I thought why not, because I enjoy doing it, I really do. This is just something I really enjoy doing. The pattern making, the laser file making, and the tutorial and putting it all together, it makes me really happy. So without further ado, let's get going on this Iron Warrior Cosplay chest box tutorial. Alright, so what will you need? Well, obviously, first of all, you're going to need the Iron Warrior Cosplay Krieg chest box pattern. This is 4 pages of pattern-y goodness. This will be available on my Etsy, link in the description below. You will need a craft knife, a scalpel, a pen, a ruler, and a pair of scissors, along with some contact cement or super glue. I prefer contact cement. And pretty much this is all you need. The entire chest box is made of 10mm EVA foam. So you don't need 2mm or 5mm or anything like that. But there are some extra little details and some extra little stuff that I've done to this that you can do if you like. But I haven't included it in the pattern. But I have included it here in the tutorial so you guys can have a look for yourselves. So, without further ado, let's get the pattern cut out and I can show you where to begin. And this is what you'll have. These are the paper templates that you will cut out from the pattern, and these are the 10mm foam pieces you will cut out using the pattern. As you can see here, lid edge I have one of, okay. Box lid I have one of. This piece here is the top of the inside of the box and also the bottom of the box. So as you can see, I have cut out one of these completely solid, just following the outer edge of this pattern, as you can see, just following the outer edge. And then I have cut one then with a hole in the middle for you to access the inside of the box when you open the lid. Along with that, I have also got the box side panels. Only cut this out on one panel, much like the lid, and cut the other one out without the circle. This circle here goes on this side of the box to allow you to connect your gas mask hose or put a male connector in like I've done so that you can remove your gas mask hose. These two are the side panels. And then finally, much like what we've done with the lid and the side panels, you have the front and back of the box. Use this pattern to cut out 2 of these. And on the front panel, these are optional. However you want to make or design the front of your Death Korps of Krieg box, you do not have to cut these out. You can leave this as one solid piece like this and design your own different pattern or however you want to make your chest box for your Death Korps. If you have plans to have just a mesh grill, or if you want to do like just a circle and put a speaker in it, or whatever you like to do, these 2 panels are entirely optional. With that being said, with the side panels here, something I've mentioned on the pattern, but I have said, please watch my YouTube tutorial for further details and instructions. It's hard to explain, but when you're wearing your chest box, and your chest box is facing your beloved public, your fans, your, whoever you want to say, when this is facing outwards towards people, the side panel with the hole on it should be on your left side, because that is where most Death Korps gas masks come out of. They come out of the left side of the box. If you do want to put yours on the right, just swap these panels around and put this one on this side and that one on that side. But the majority of Krieg gas masks that I've seen come out of the left side of the box as the box is on your chest facing away from you. I had to sort of explain that a little bit in my writings. I've put some little writing and details stuff on page 4 of 4, and as much as I've explained this already, I'm still going to read these out for you guys, just so that you have some idea. I've put details. Page 1 of 4. This is the front and back of the chest box. Only cut the optional panels if you wish to copy my current design. That's these two here. Page 3 of 4, box opening and bottom. Cut out 2 of these panels. On one of these panels, cut a hole in the middle. That is these 2 panels here. So cut 2 of these out, only cut a hole in the middle. This will give you access to the inside of the chest box. Page 3 of 4, the red line on the lid edge is just a guide for the gluing stage. This is the lid edge, and you will notice there is a red line. That red line can now be cut with a pair of scissors. When you cut along this line, this will give you a guide. When it comes to gluing, you can pop this on, draw your line, and then you'll know how much area you have to glue. Page 4 of 4, box side panels. Cut out 2 of these, that's here and here. Cut out 2 of these, cut the hole out of one of these panels. The panel with the hole should go on the left of the box. This is where your gas mask hose will be attached when wearing the box on your chest. The hose will be on your left. Please watch my YouTube tutorial for further details and instructions. Now, I know I've just said that information twice, but it's just so that I can make it absolutely clear to everyone how this goes together. With everything cut out, your details cut out however you so wish, with your side panels, front, back, lid, with all of that cut out, you can now put your pattern to one side and begin with the gluing stage. Take your rear panel. This is the panel without the holes in it, without your details. This goes against your chest, and take the first of your top and bottom panel, making sure the one with the hole is the one that goes on the top. Glue this bottom panel to your rear panel. I use contact cement because I just find it to be a lot easier than using hot glue. If you guys prefer to use hot glue, please do so. Results with how clean it looks at the end may vary depending on what glue you use. With your glue dry, start from the very edge, lining up the corners perfectly. Then line up the very bottom as straight as you can, making sure there's no overlapping, and press down firmly. This will leave you with a chest shelf. This is the back and bottom of your Death Korps of Krieg chest box. Now, moving on to side panels. To help you out with any confusion on which side things should go, I recommend with the bottom lip on the box, face the box away from you as if it's on your chest, and lay it flat. That means you'll have nothing in front of you and the bottom of the box away from you. Now you know that this goes on this side and this goes on this side. This always should be on your left side, depending on whether you want it on your right, but most Krieg chest boxes are left side gas mask hose out to the gas mask. This circle should be at the top. If this circle is closer to the bottom of your box, it'll be upside down. It's incorrect. Make sure that this circle is up, okay? You need to glue this here and this here to start making your box a bit stronger. So, without further ado, let's glue. Now, with your side pieces glued and dried, it's time to glue these edge to edge as perfectly as possible. Making sure everything is as straight as you can get it. Now, originally, when I did my box, I didn't really mind too much about this because at the end of my one, I did cover mine up, which I will show you guys shortly. And then again with this one, making sure it's up and not down. You want it at the top of the box. This is what you should be left with. You should have the hole on the left-hand side here. You should have a blank panel here, a blank panel there, and the back panel here. This is what your chest box should look like at this stage. Now, the next stage is not the front of the box, it's actually the top of the box. So, once again, there is no way to orientate this. You can do it however you want. You can do it this way, that way, doesn't matter. You can do it that way if you like. Doesn't matter, it's one piece. It should be absolutely symmetrical. This gets glued on top like so. So get your contact cement and glue along with me. Now, with the edges glued and the back glued, the edges and the sides glued on this, lay your chest box on its back. Find where you've glued and start from one side to the other and then press nice and firmly together. Now, this is what your chest box should look like. You will have the back panel against your chest, the side panel with the hole on your left, the blank panel on the right, and the top panel with a hole in it there. This is pretty much the final part of making the box itself, and that is gluing on the faceplate. The faceplate is what will complete the look of your Deathcore chest box. Now, some advice. With this, I always pre-cut this out. It's just something I've always done. If you don't want to pre-cut this, you can always take your template and with the hole in the template cut out, when you place this on top of the 10mm foam that that you've placed in here, let's say the box is entirely put together and there's no hole here, at the top of the box, lay this down, use a pen, draw around it, and then use a scalpel to cut that out while the box is together, if you so wish. I prefer to do it this way. I don't know why. I just always have. Just something I've preferred. Now, what we need to do here is glue the entire front face of the box. That is a bit too much glue. We need to glue the entire front face of this box. With the edges of your chest box glued and the edges of the front panel glued, being sure that when the chest box is on your chest here, that you've got the hole on the left, like I always say, place the box on the table with the hole up on your left. When you lift your panel, if you've done what I've got here, which is a circle here and a panel here, as you can see, like so, you will lift this up and place this very gently. I work at the top corner first, so I feel the top corners get neglected the most. I line up the very top, then work on the bottom panels. Now you can push everything together. And there is your chest box. Now that is just the basic box. We need a lid, and if you so wish, you can add some additional things. Like, for example, I added some dials. I put some dials here because I felt this space was a bit empty. You could add something here. I've not added anything there myself, but you could add something here. You could, even if you haven't got this square and you've got like a circle, you can add a dial or a clock or something in. It's entirely up to you. But the next stage is making the lid, and I'll even explain to you how I attached it. Next up, we have the lid. Now, the lid should fit perfectly on top of your box, okay? With that, you have this front piece. Remember earlier I was telling you about that red line? Well, this is where that red line comes in handy now. If you have cut off that red line and placed it up against the piece of foam that you originally cut, you can now draw a glue line. You don't have to. I have just put that there as like a helpful guide for anyone who is, you know, a bit worried about where they should glue. Me, I eyeball it. Just eyeball it. No one needs to see the back of this. This will just be attached to the box. You don't have to worry about it at all. Now, the best way I've found about attaching these is, let's say, for example, I did this on purpose, but I took my ruler and just pressed into the foam. Let's say you don't want that line on top of the box. You want it on the inside. Well, make sure you place that facing upwards, because when you put this on with the rounded edges facing up, you just place it together like this. Line the edges up ever so slightly. And with that attached, that line that we had on there that I said I wanted to get rid of will now be on the inside, so no one will see it. Now, I did mention that I would show you guys how to attach them. Originally, back when I built this one, I used 3 pieces of 5mm foam at 20mm width and just a little height on them. What happened over the years was, after opening and closing a million times to reach in, do the battery or put stuff inside, they tore, which is fine, it happens. But with my current iteration, I fixed these recently, I used a piece of webbing and a lot of hot glue. A piece of webbing and hot glue which allows the chest box to open and close flawlessly. It even gives it that bit of spring like that. And I know for a fact that the webbing over time won't break. I know it won't. What will give up first is probably the foam that it's glued to. But this is currently how it goes. And I've added a magnet here to hold this side and a magnet on top here to hold that side. Now, I did have a magnet at the front here, but it kept tearing off, so I added it on the top. That's helped me a lot more. But remember, that may not look pretty, like the magnets and whatever, but that's how I've always done it. You know, I've always put the ugly stuff on the inside and not having to worry about what's on the outside. Just like I showed you with this one, where that line I didn't want goes on the inside of the box. So 3 little pieces of webbing is the best way to do it, I would think. If you want to do it a different way, you're more than welcome to. Additional, you could do what I've done now with myself. When I finish a chest box, just like I did with this one, I took it to my bandsaw and used the blade on the very finest setting just to trim, I think less, like just about 1 millimeter, if that. I trimmed 1 millimeter off everything just to square it all up. I did it on the top and the sides and the bottom. What I like to do, for example, with this, even though I took like 1 mil off all of this, what I did with my chest box is from here, just before the lid, from here down here all the way around to here is put a piece of 2 millimeter foam. To do that, all you need to do is, before you put the lid on, measure the width of your box all the way around to make sure it's consistent, and it should be. Then measure with a piece of fabric tape measure. I measure from here, measure all the way around, and maybe add 2 millimeters. Cut that out of a 2 millimeter thick strip of EVA foam and use contact cement all the way around the box and glue that onto it. I would show you, but unfortunately I have run out of 2 millimeter foam, but hopefully in the future I'll be able to show you guys in a bit more detail. But for now, that is pretty much how easy it is to build your very own Death Korps of Krieg chest box. That is probably the quickest and easiest tutorial I have ever done. That is your Death Korps of Krieg chest box tutorial. The lid's a little bit loose, obviously, but that is pretty much how I make my chest boxes. And as you can see, they are pretty much identical. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Now, I have my chest box with my LEDs and stuff in it. I've not been, needing a new one, but for this tutorial, I did need to build a new one. This may go to a Deathcore cosplayer who wants a chest box. Or I may make it into something else or a backup one. I don't know. But this chest box, I'm super, super happy with. I could get another dial for it. I could put something in here, like some mesh, or maybe a speaker. But what's really good about it is before you do anything, don't attach the lid. Leave it blank so you can reach in and you can work on stuff without having the lid in the way. And then when you're done, attach the lid, and then some magnets. Always add some magnets. Magnets are good. See my one. This magnet on that side's a bit stronger, but yeah, do that. And that's pretty much it. I have added a really cool NFC sort of code thing there. You can put your phone on top of my Krieg chest box and it takes you to my socials and stuff. If you wanted, you could add a panel in here with one of those behind it. Someone could scan the front of it or on top of your lid or whatever you like. But that is the Iron Warrior Cosplay chest box tutorial. I am over the moon with how easy this was. This is probably the quickest tutorial, like I said. It's the quickest and easiest tutorial. If you guys haven't, please check out the pattern. It is available on my Etsy. It is 4 pages of pattern-y goodness. I absolutely love it, and it even comes with some instructions here if you get confused. But also, there is this full-length tutorial. If you guys make this chest box, please send me pictures, tag me on Instagram, send them to my Facebook page. Show me that you have used my pattern, and I would love to show everybody else how awesome you have built your chest box. Now, remember, this is for sale on my Etsy. If you guys could, please leave a 5-star review and a photo of what you've made. I'd really appreciate it. It really does help. But from me, Iron Warrior Cosplay, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I really hope you enjoy making your very own Deathcore of Krieg chest box. But from me, Iron Warrior Cosplay, thank you so much again, and I shall see you all at the next tutorial. Bye for now.